Hey guys, so it's Wednesdays with Chasey Poo. I'm on my laptop today because my Big Mac seems to have problems with my video, so we go to the second best option, my lovely Boo Boo here, which is a very, very lovely computer. This week's ooh, right is bright. Alright, so this week's topic is Advice Week number 2. I mean, I don't know if you guys actually like this. I mean, last Advice Week was what? It was like, how to bind? That was good, right? Anyway, so this week's Advice Week, this month's advice week, I should say, is how to come out. And I know that we've already discussed coming out and how to come out and stuff like that, like in like the first weeks of FTM Transtastic, but all these people be new up in here except me and Nell, so of course, we gonna talk about it again. So I'm gonna add my little story about how I came out, because it's not like a usual, like, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. No. Of course, I will go like really short because I don't want this video to end like forever. Also, I do want to apologize. Usually I wear, like, all nice clothes and stuff, but I'm in, like, my white shirt, and maybe I should just, like, take this off because I'm, like, so sexy with just my white shirt. No. I mean, guys, I'm usually dressed so nice for this channel, and today I'm just, like, rocking the white t-shirt. Maybe I'm just trying to be, like, yeah, I'm not sexy, and I'm just, like, wearing a white shirt, and that turns you on. Okay, but seriously, I came out as being, like, bisexual when I was no, I came out like as like bisexual to my stepmom, and she was like telling my dad, and I was like, I told you not to tell, blah blah. Anyways, so my dad one time was like, so do you have a girlfriend? And I was like, oh my god, he knows I'm gay. Anyways, so that's how it happened. But as the trans thing, because we're not talking about my gayness, we're just talking about this slight in my eye. Most odd thing ever, I posted it all over my Facebook. I wrote, oh my god, 2 days till tea, or some shit like that. And my dad calls me and he's like, what's this pills that you'll be taking? I was like, they're not pills, they're injections, and I will be injecting myself every week to appear more like a man. I said some shit like that. It was like 2.5 years ago or something. Actually, come to think about it, it was probably exactly 2 years ago. Anyway, so that's basically how that happened. I mean, I did try to tell my stepmom when I was like 16 or something, but like she was like, yeah, right, I knew this was gonna happen because you're gay. Like, obviously, they have that reaction. But, I mean, that's basically how it came out. And then they, like, linked my videos. I mean, we still don't really talk about it, but, like, I talk about my videos, and he's like, oh my god, you have 10,000 views on one of your videos? You're so cool, you're so popular. I'm like, no, just people like to see my face a lot. And by that, I'm referring to my, like, picture every day for a year video. People see my face. I'm so punny. Anyway, so basically, how to come out. Now, I've seen a lot of people do letters, and I think that's a really good idea. I mean, people always ask me how to come out on my Tumblr, and honestly, I always give the same answer. I think the best way to do it is honestly, like, be like, hey, mom, or hey, dad, or something, and, like, show your parents, like, or the person that you want to come out to, of course, like, show them a video of somebody who's trans and say, like, oh, my friend showed me this, or they showed us this at school, and then see your parents' reaction or the person's reaction. If the person is, I mean, you can't always base everything on a reaction, but it's the best that you got going for you. So basically what you would do is you would show them the video and see the reaction. If they react really negatively, then you know, I mean, if you're not in a safe environment where you're, like, able to come out, and if you have the, like, opportunity to move out, if something happens, like if you were to come out and your parents would kick you out or something, for an example, do you have a place to go? I mean, if you don't have a place to go, I know this sounds horrible, but staying in the closet sometimes is the best idea, because you don't want to harm your life and be stuck outside with nobody and, you know, damaging your health. So that's why I'm saying, if you honestly, like, you know that your parents might be accepting, or they might just, like, brush it off or ignore it, but you really need to get it out, then it's important for you to let it go. I mean, sometimes you really need to let it out, but you know your parents will be accepting and you don't have anything to do. So what I would recommend, I mean, blurting it out is obviously the easiest way. That's the most, like, that. I mean, your parents could ignore that, but I guess writing a letter, I've heard a lot of trans people write letters to their parents or their person that they're trying to come out to. I think that's really important, because, I mean, you can write it and then you can erase it, and then you can write down more feelings that you have on it. So it's really good, like, it's a really good way to be able to edit it. So if you're not going to go back and be like, oh, I forgot to write that, because it's there, right? So you say everything. That being said, it's the same thing to somebody you know is going to accept you. I mean, if you come from a queer background and you have a lot of queer friends, and they're very queer friendly and trans friendly, I mean, I'm talking stereotypical because there's obviously so many effing exceptions in this community that I can't handle. Then obviously it's a lot easier to come out. I mean, you can just like, you know, tell the person, tell your friends, you know, hey, I'm trans. But if you're in like a really not queer area and your friends are not queer, and I mean, it's really hard because they don't even know what trans people are. I mean, they've only seen like the pregnant man on Oprah and they think that's weird. I mean, then you got a problem. I think the big difference between knowing if somebody is going to be accepting or not is really talking about it, or like just seeing an article like, oh my god, like I saw like a trans woman got murdered in New York City or something, or there was an article in the New York Times about a fire that happened in Brooklyn and a trans woman died and they kept specifying the trans woman or something like that. I don't really know the story, but I'm just talking as an example. Like, see how people react to it. If people react, you know, in a friendly, like, oh my god, I can't believe people would do that, like, people are people, then bang, that's your cue, like, go in to that little sliding scale where you're like, oh my, sliding scale, that's not sliding scale, that little hole there that, like, just opened up the lid, and it's like, oh my god, you can come out right now, just say, I'm out, there you go. But if the person, like, reacts really negatively, and they're like, that's disgusting, fucking faggots, trannies, and shit, like, no, then I'm sorry, you need to calm down. If you really want to come out, you can go ahead. But if it's going to threaten your safety, please. 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 And you can do what you want. I'm just saying. I don't want anybody's safety to be jeopardized. I don't speak English. You see what I'm saying? I mean, basically I'm saying the exact same thing over and over again. If your life is in jeopardy... Is that even... that just sounds like it's a game show. If your life will be jeopardized... Does that sound right either? Whatever. If it is, then it's probably an idea not to come out. I mean... Look, if you really need support, you always have us. We're always here. We have Tumblr. We have Facebook. We have YouTube. We're always here to help you. Especially me. I'm always here to listen. On my Tumblr. Oh, is that product placement again? It's like every week I do it. So I think that everything is good. I mean, if people have their own personal experiences or personal tidbits on how to come out, obviously give us a video response and we'll talk about it in the next video. It's a good idea. Last thing I do want to mention, so unrelated, and I know that every time I make a joke, it's not like, oh my god, this topic isn't serious anymore. Coming out is so important because I'm trans. I'm sorry I have people like that, but I just need to talk about Chex Mix. My friend went to America and got me this huge bag of Chex Mix, which I didn't know existed, and I'm dying. I am really dying because it's a huge bag. Look how big it is on my face. I don't know, is that product placement? I don't think we can monetize this video, guys. For people who love me, I will give you my address to send me Chex Mix. Every time my friends go to America, they buy me Chex Mix. I'm not even kidding, I have 3 bags of Chex Mix in my box over here. Alright guys, this video is long enough. I said the same thing over again. I'm sorry, please forgive me. And forgive me for looking ugly in this light in my face and like the angle of my double chins and my acne everywhere. Like, what's wrong with me? Anyways, so next week's topic will be about trans relationships and families or something like that. So I hope you guys have a great week. And I hope you like when my face is like this. Oh my god, I'm getting blind right now. I'm so sexy when the light is on me. Alright guys, I'll see you next week.